Students, now let us discuss about graph. This is again another topic in the chapter motion. So you all know what is graph, right? You have seen graph paper, right? But what is the importance of that graph? Why we make graph? Okay, see importance. Graph provide a convenient method to present basic information about varieties of events. Okay, it helps us to represent a variety of information in a very easiest manner. That is why what happened, we make graphs. Okay, now to describe a motion of an object we can use a line graph. So here we are talking about motion. For describing a motion we can use a line graph. Okay, line graph. These are what? Line graphs. Okay, now usually in this chapter we will find two types of graph. The first one is distance time graph and another one is velocity time graph. So at first let us discuss about distance time graph. Okay, what is it? What is its use? Why we need this distance time graph? Okay, now let us discuss about distance time graph. Okay, so here I am making a line graph of distance time graph. See here I have written time in x-axis and distance in y-axis. Why it is not like that I have written this distance in x-axis or this time in y-axis? Because we always write independent variable in x-axis. Okay, independent variable means what happened? Time. Time do not wait for anyone, right? It will go on moving. But distance is what? Dependent variable. It depends on many factors like speed, velocity, acceleration. Okay, but time is what? Independent variable. It do not wait for or depend on anything. Okay, it will go on moving continuously. Now let's see what I can find from this distance time graph. Okay, see, with distance is there, time is there, then we can find what? Speed, right? So with this graph we can get the speed of an object or body or a car. Suppose, so when a body is moving in uniform motion, what happens? We get a straight line in the graph. Now other than that we will get what? Slopes also. Suppose I want to find the difference of speed between point A and point B. How I will find? Now I will give you an example by which you can find the speed between 2 points in a graph. Okay, suppose a car is moving, okay, from point A to point B. Now you want to know the speed. In what speed the car is moving from point A to point B. Okay, suppose this one is for time and this one is for distance. Okay, suppose car A has traveled x1 distance, okay, in t1 time. Okay, now when the car reached point B, it traveled t2 x2 distance in t2 time. Okay, now how we will find the speed? The formula of speed equal to distance by time, right? So here what will give us distance? x2 minus x1. Okay, x2 minus x1 by t2 minus t1. So in this way we can find the speed between 2 points. Okay, students, now let us try this with an example, numerical. Okay students, now let us try it with a numerical example. Okay, suppose when the car reached point A, okay, the distance was 40 kilometer and the time was 5 hours. Okay, and when the car reached point B, the distance was 80 kilometer and the time taken was 10 hours. Okay, now how I will find? Speed equal to distance by time, right? Now x2 80, that is 80, right? So the distance here in x2 is 80. 80 minus 40, the distance of x1 is 40 kilometer, divided by t2 by t1. So t2 is 10 hours minus 5 hours is equal to how much? 40 by 5 is equal to 5 8 is 40. 80 kilometer per hour. So the speed from point A to point B was what? 80 kilometer per hour. So I hope now you can find the difference of speed between 2 points, right? Now students, now let us discuss about non-uniform motion. See, a non-uniform motion is represented by a curved line in a graph. Okay, here you see what happened. The body is not covering equal distance in equal interval of time, right? So that is why what happened, a curve is formed. Okay, there is no straight line like you have seen in uniform motion. Okay, so whenever you see a curved line, just think that the motion is non-uniform. Okay, so is it clear about uniform and non-uniform motion? Now let us see another type of distance time graph. Okay, now you see one more condition is there. What happens if a body moves for some time and comes at rest? Okay, the graph will be somewhat like this, parallel to x-axis. Okay, now you see when the time was 10 seconds, okay, the body traveled 40-meter distance. After that, the body stopped moving. Okay, the body totally is at rest now. But what happened? I told you that time is independent, right? So it will go on moving. The time is passing, right? So the graph will be somewhat like this. It will be parallel to x-axis. Okay. So when the time was 10 seconds, the distance was 40 meters. After that, what happened? The body stopped moving. Okay. It came at rest. So now the graph will be like this. Okay. We can represent the graph in this way. Now we have learned about, so what we learned in distance time graph, we learned about 3 type of graph, right? So when the body is in uniform motion, the graph is a straight line, right? When the body is at non-uniform motion, the graph is somewhat like this, curve, okay? And when the body moves for some distance and comes at rest, what happens? The graph is somewhat like this, parallel to x-axis, okay? So is it clear about distance time graph? Okay, if you have any doubt, please clarify it, okay? Now we will discuss about velocity time graph. Okay, and now we will discuss about velocity time graph. We have seen that distance time graph gives us what? It gives us speed. Displacement time graph, it gives us velocity. But velocity time graph, what it gives us? It gives us acceleration. Okay. Now, and the slope of velocity time graph gives us acceleration. Acceleration means what? Change in velocity. We will see how. Suppose here, okay, in this graph, what happened in point A? Okay, in point A, what happened? The initial velocity was y1 and the time taken was x1. Now, in point B, the final velocity is how much? y2 in the time x2. Okay. Now, how I will find change in velocity from A to B? Change in velocity from A to B. How I will find? I will do B, that is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Means what? And how I will find change in velocity? From point A to point B, I have written here change in velocity from point A to point B. What I will do? Final position minus initial position within given time. So here the final position is y2 and the initial position is y1. Within how much time? x2 minus x1. Is not it? Okay. Now suppose let us take here initial velocity is 40 and the final velocity is 80. In how much time? 5 seconds and 10 seconds. Now, how I will calculate the change in velocity? I will do y2. y2 is 80 minus y1 is 40. x2 is how much? 10 minus x1 is 5. So, meter per second, second. So, 80 minus 40, it will be how much? 40. 10 minus 5, 5. 8. It will be 8 meter second square. So, does this SI unit remind you something? Meter second square is an SI unit of what? Acceleration, right? So, with this example, we found that what happened, this velocity time graphs gives us what? Acceleration. Now, we will discuss about the type of velocity time graph. How many types of velocity time graphs are there, okay? Okay, now let us see how a velocity time graph looks when its initial velocity is not 0. Suppose a car was moving at a very high speed, okay? Its initial velocity was suppose 40 meters second. Okay. And later what happened? The car completely stopped. It came at rest. Okay. And now the final velocity is how much here? 0. Okay. So in this case what happened? The slope will be straight line. Okay. Because the speed was uniform. But velocity became 0. Okay. Now in this case what happened? Here you see what happened. The initial velocity u is 40 and the final velocity v is how much? 0. Within how much time? Suppose 5 seconds. Time equal 5 seconds. Then now what will be the acceleration? Acceleration equal to v minus u by t. Is not it? Now here v equal to how much? 0 minus 40 by t equal to minus 40 by t. So time was 5 seconds. Is not it? It will be minus 8 meter second square. So in this case what we will get? We will get the value of acceleration will be retarded. Means it will be in minus. Okay. When the initial velocity is not 0. Now let us go to the second case. Now let us discuss about second type of graph. It is called what? Uniform accelerated. Okay, when the body is uniformly accelerated. Uniform means what? It is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, right? Now suppose what happened? To cover this distance from, suppose this is point A, point B, point C. Okay, 5 second, 5 second, 5 second. Okay, suppose the distance is 20, 40, 60. Okay. Now how I will calculate the acceleration? Now suppose I want to calculate change in velocity from A to B. What I will do? Change in velocity is what? Acceleration. Is not it? So the final position minus initial position by given time. Final position is how much? 40. Suppose here 40 minus 20. Time is 5 seconds. Equal to how much? 20 by 5. 4 meter second square. Okay. Now I want to see the change in velocity from B to C. Suppose from B to C, change in velocity, that is acceleration. Is not it? So C is how much? 60. 60 minus 40 divided by 5. Again it will be 20 by 5. 4 meter second square. So what happened? We are getting same answer. Is not it? From A to B, B to C.
Means what? The body is uniformly accelerated. Okay.
Third graph, when the body is moving in non-uniform acceleration, means what here? Velocity is changing again and again. The acceleration is non-uniform. Okay. Here what happened? Suppose from point A to point B. Okay. The acceleration will be 2, suppose 2 meter second square. Then point B to C. Okay. A2, we will say A2. The acceleration keeps on changing continuously. So what happened here? The body is moving in non-uniform acceleration. Okay, you see what happened when, okay, the acceleration is 0. Then we will find a straight line in the graph. Means what? There is no change in velocity. And if there is no change in velocity, means the acceleration is 0. Acceleration is what? Change in velocity, right? So now there is no change in velocity. That is why we are getting a straight line. Okay. So students, our video ends here for today. If you have any doubt, please clarify. Okay students, now let us discuss about uniform circular motion. What is uniform circular motion? You see, if a body moves in circular path, it is called what? Circular motion. When an object is moving in a circular path, okay, it is called what? Circular motion. When a body moves in circular path with uniform speed. Now suppose a body is moving in a circular path with uniform speed. Okay, the speed is constant. Then the motion is called what? Uniform circular motion. Okay. Now I want to find the speed, okay, of that body. So how I will find? I will find it by what? Speed equal to distance by time. Okay. Now how we will take distance here? You see, distance is equal to circumference of circular path. Now for distance, what we have to take? We have to take circumference of this circular path. Okay. That is, what is the circumference of circle? Twice pi r. Okay. So the circumference of circle is twice pi r. So that is our distance. Is not it? Now what is the formula for calculating speed? speed equal to distance by time. So here we got distance what? Distance what? 2 pi r by t. So if a questions come that find the speed of a body in a circular path, then what you will take? You will take distance as a twice pi r, circumference of circle divided by time. Okay? Okay, now you see a circle has infinite side, so direction changes in every point. Now you suppose a rectangle. Rectangle, what happened? Suppose a person is moving from point A to B, one side, okay? When he is moving from point B to C, he is changing second side, and C to D is third side. But in circle, you see what happened? There are infinite sides from every point. If the person is moving from this point to this point, what happened? The direction is changing. Means what? Velocity is changing. Is not it? So with this we can say what happened in circle. What happened? There are infinite sides. Okay. The direction changes in every point. Suppose a person is moving from this point to this point, the direction is changing. But here in rectangle, what happened? The direction changes. Suppose a person is moving from D to A. Now, if he wants to move from A to B, then only his direction will change, right? But in circle it is not like that. If the speed is constant, velocity is also constant. One question is there. No. If the speed, suppose a body is moving, okay, in equal speed. But what happened? Here direction is changing, right? And if the direction is changing, then the velocity is changing. Okay? Because what? Velocity is a vector quantity. Is not it? So it will change if the direction changes. Okay? Now, circular motion is accelerated. So what is acceleration? Changing velocity by time is what? Acceleration. Is not it? So that is why we can say that a circular motion is always accelerated. Okay? Some example of circular accelerated motion are revolving of earth around the sun, revolving of moon around the earth. Okay? So these are some example of what? Circular accelerated motion. So students, our chapter ends here. If you have any doubt, please clarify it. Thank you and have a good day ahead.